Wonderful. How are you today?
I am good. I'm happy.
I'm sure you are. This is a wonderful film. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm very happy to release it. I'm very, very happy.
Well, thank you for your time today. I'm wanting to ask you in what ways, or did you want this to also kind of lean into being a kind of psychological horror film or a political thriller? And if so, why was that important for you?
Yeah. I really did want to make this into precisely like a political thriller and a psychological horror film. I think that my dream really is that this film is seen by younger audiences. I think that there's something very fresh about the character of, Catherine Parr. There's something very interesting about Elizabeth. And I thought going into a film which is, not playing into the sort of classic codes of period drama, but going to a genre, and a genre that keeps you interested, in the story throughout, was a strategy to bring the story to today, and to make it also very universal. And also, I think the decision of making to a political thriller is also because it was a political story, but also because I think that it's very rare to look, into history from that perspective. So for me, it was a really interesting way to make the story relevant to today.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. We've seen Jude Law and Alicia in so many great things, but how would you describe the Jude Law and Alicia that we see in this film?
I think the Jude Law we see in this film is an actor who is capable of rendering a vulnerable portrait of a monster that I think it's extraordinary. I think it's very hard to achieve that. And I think what Alicia does in this film is twofold. I think in a way that she's such a beautiful, mysterious presence, and I think that's what Katherine was. I think Katherine was all the time strategizing a way to be alive, and you never really knew what she was planning. So there's a constant sense of surprise in the way that Alicia performs. And I also think that there's something very today about Alicia. I think that she is a woman of our time, and I think that you can sense that. So it sort of takes the character out of sort of this dusty kind of historical tradition, and makes it very human. And I think, in short, what I think is amazing about these two actors is that, and I hope that's the case, that you don't look at them thinking it's a royal family, but you look at them thinking they're people that could be between us today.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for that. I think I'm coming up on time, so pardon the noise, but I'm curious of what you can tell us about rosebush pruning with Kristen Stewart and Elle Fanning and Josh O'Connor. What are you most excited about that?
I'm excited to make, again, a movie about, it's interesting because it's a cousin piece to Firebrand. It is a movie about a family which is somewhat falling apart. It's about a tyrannical father, but it takes place today, and it's told in a way that has a lot of humor. So it is, again, the story of a family, but in a completely different context with these electric, wonderful actors.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time, and congratulations on this. It's wonderful. And
Thank you.
thank you for your grace and the noise behind me.
Don't worry. It's all good. Thank you.